Drinks and snacks are something you're gonna need 24/7 to stay healthy in once human. Miss a meal or become dehydrated and you will quickly lose important stat bonuses. But what if I told you that you can further boost meals with additional bonuses? Even stack these to maximize your damage output and survivability. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's your man 4am again with another Once Human guide, in which I'm going to share essential tips and tricks about cooking top-tier dishes, where to farm the resources, stack these bonuses, and so much more. Let's get right to it. Before we go and talk about top-tier dishes and how you can stack bonuses, let's first cover the essentials. Things you want to know to make farming the resources required to make these nice meals a whole lot more efficient and boost the dishes in general. So if we go and check out the Memetics tab, what I think is an essential one to have for all the master chefs out there is the kitchen set Gourmand. This facility boost increases the base effects powers by 30% when using a kitchen set, duration by another 50%, and less crafting time. So especially for those expensive dishes which require the deviated ingredients, like for example this curmand soup or other ones like the stargazy pie, the bacon burger, all this deviated stuff can be hard to get your hands on. On top of that, another essential one to have would be the Chefosaurus Rex. This sous chef, let's say, will increase the efficiency of your dishes. The higher the Deviant's energy, the greater the power, let's say. If you don't know yet where you can pick it up, well, it's pretty easy to get your hands on. You basically want to make your way to the Greywater camp. Northwest of it, you have the securement silo Phi. This one can be found after you've dealt with the first boss, where you have to pick up a phone, enter this seepage zone. When you go into the portal after taking it out, well, this is where you will enter a baby bedroom, and there will be a chance of the Chefosaurus Rex to be in this room. If we make some bread, as you can see, the Chefosaurus Rex will instantly teleport to it and start cooking. Now, the bread comes with that nice kitchen set Gourmand bonus, so 30% increased, but another 21% because of the Chefosaurus Rex. Make sure to get a higher level one to maximize these bonuses. So, now that we've talked about the essentials you want to pick up before you start cooking, let's check out some other things I very much recommend you to have when you start farming for the actual resources. So the first one, harvesting sickle. When in your backpack, it will give you a 40% chance to double the yield when gathering in the wilderness. I think amazing if you're farming crops. Same for the chef's knife. My favorite when hunting, it will give you +1 yield for the meats and also a 60% chance to yield additional byproducts, which in other words are those hides or even milk, also used for cooking, and the gardening gloves. This one in your backpack will give you a 12% chance to double the seed yield when acquiring plant seeds. So if you're picking them up from containers or your own farm, let's say, in general, this is going to contribute to getting everything a lot more efficient. Important though that these are exclusive to Memetic specializations. I wouldn't recommend you to spend points on rerolling these. Focus on other Memetic specializations which are going to be much more interesting, and just check out Blackfill. This is where you can probably pick up every single one of these items for 10 to 15,000 energy links. They aren't very expensive, while they can stay for a pretty long time in your backpack. Now, on to my favorite farm spots, as of course now we are ready to do the ingredient runs. An amazing place to pick up seaweed and seashells for different dishes would be this exact teleportation tower right next to the beach. Right here you can break these mossy and gray rocks with shells on them to get a ton of both ingredients in no time. You should also check out the bear cave, which can be found northwest of this area. Exactly right there, I think, is a pretty nice sinkhole, which you can just jump into, a place filled with bears, which give you a ton of meat after you've taken them down. This is where you can also find mushrooms. Well, for that, I think the best place would be this teleportation tower, north of Sunbury Middle School and east of Sunbury. This cave system is filled with animals, but also the scarlet calamus can be used for different types of dishes. Plenty of mushrooms. As you can see right now, if we pick some up, we actually get much more yield because of all those items in our backpack. I think these are essential if you do your farming runs, but look at that. Plenty more calamus in the distance right there. This is even where I managed to find my 4-5 shiny variant of the grow shroom. Many people underestimate the scarlet calamus, which can be used for various dishes. For example, the securement soup, but also the fruit tea, which is an amazing one to restore your sanity and quickly rehydrate. Now, for rabbit and deer meat, probably the most important types, as these give you this sweet stamina boost. For this one, you want to check out this hotspot, guys. It's amazing, and it even comes with some deviated stuff from time to time. But as you can see, we have like dozens of deer around us, which is in the first zone actually, east of the Sutherland chemical plant and northwest of the Mayor's Market. As you can see, with a chef's knife we get a ton of meat from these animals, including their byproducts, hides and milk. For rabbits though, I like to check out this teleportation tower right in between the Leia Lab and the securement silo Theta, east of Blackfell. If you drive to the south, you will find these grassy flatlands with plenty of rabbits. Many people like to build their base right here because of the oil spills, which is also why the rabbits get stuck in between the bases, which makes it very easy to hunt them. While for HP regeneration meat, you want to take out goats, which can be found northeast of the Sunshine Farm at this teleportation tower. I think it's an amazing place to farm them. Now, for one of my absolute favorite places still to farm a whole lot of different resources, I think the Mayor's Market is fantastic. If you want to get a ton of potatoes, beets, corns, cabbage and whatnot in a very short amount of time. As well, you can simply find farms all over the place. The beets are really nice to make your own sugar, while with corn you can make cornbread and bait for fishing. Hawthorn berries for juices that cannot expire, cabbage for different types of meals as well. While the best thing about this place is that you can, after picking up everything, simply check out the teleportation tower, switch the world and rinse and repeat the farm. Pick up as much as you want. While for specifically blueberries, for blueberry juice, I think this teleportation tower is amazing. If you teleport to it, this is where you will find a ton of blueberries. All these smaller bushes are the blueberries, while the bigger ones are grapes. So you just want to interact with every single one of them, pick up all the precious loot. We even have more trees on the side. But after you're done with that, you can do the exact same thing. Get back to the teleportation tower, switch the world, and voila! Many more blueberries and grapes for grabs. Okay, so now that we've maximized the bonuses of our dishes and we got our hands on all the sweet ingredients, it's time to talk about the cooking, and specifically the buff stacking, which can make your character a whole lot more powerful. You know what? Let's make different dishes right here. We're gonna do the canned lunch meat and also the iced tea. By now, you probably already know that if you eat a dish, it always corresponds to the hydration or energy. So this iced tea right here comes with bonus hydration and sanity, with also a roll speed, movement speed for 2 seconds after rolling. So if we drink this one, it will go to the hydration bonus. It's gonna be only 1 per dish. Same counts for the canned lunch meat. I currently have a bonus of 40 minutes active, but eat this and, well, we will refresh it with this bonus. It's always gonna replace that. This only applies for the legendary and purple dishes. If we eat this canned meat with a shrapnel damage, well, that protection bonus will be swapped out. We get something different instead. But if you make lower quality dishes, you can actually stack the bonuses. For example, a steak combo. With this one right here, we can use the deer meat to slightly increase our maximum stamina. So we're going to craft one of those. You know what? Let's also go for the rabbit meat. That's also a stamina increment. With the pan fried fish, we can, for example, increase our logging speed. Let's also go with the mining speed. But after we eat these lower quality dishes, you can see that we get a lot more stamina. Almost 2 full circles right there. If we press on show buffs and scroll down, this is where we have the 10% mining speed increase, maximum stamina increase, logging speed increase. We also have the durability increase. I don't really know how that exactly applies, but all this can add up to further increase the efficiency basically of your character. But also when you make these top tier dishes, for example, the canned lunch meat that cannot spoil, it's also important you throw in the right type of meat. For deer and rabbit, you will slightly increase your maximum stamina. For pork, you can slightly increase HP. Goat does HP regen, and the bear meat is the best one with an HP boost. Canned meat, exactly the same thing. You can get this shrapnel damage boost, but also have an additional bonus, so actually 2 with 1 meal. I think the shellfish meat is also amazing because it comes with that plus 5% vulnerability to enemies. Securement soup to make catching deviations a lot faster and easier. Personally, I really like the calamus fruit tea because it comes with this sanity restoration, a lot of hydration, while the blueberry soda also super easy to make if you check out the farm, which we talked about earlier. And look at that, the Chefosaurus Rex finally decided to show up and take over the cooking. Right now, all the dishes created are gonna have that sweet bonus talked about earlier, which is going to make our dishes a lot more efficient. So everything we just picked up from the stove, as you can see, comes with another 10% bonus. So normally this would be a 30 minutes drink. If we consume it for showcase purposes, that's 45 minutes. Very nice indeed. We also have the shellfish meat, which we can eat right now. So that is going to be also 45 minutes, much more efficient compared to the normal one. With the preserved deviated chops, we can get much more acid yield right now, while with the fruit tea and the blueberry soda, rehydration is going to be so much easier as well. Alright, so there you have it. Everything you need to know to take your cooking to the next level. Increase the yield of all the resources required, make your dishes much more powerful, increase your damage and survivability with dish bonus stacking. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the content, found it helpful. And of course, share your thoughts, suggestions for future videos in the comments down below. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day. I'll check you in the next video or live stream. Peace.